Hi, my name is Shane Sterling. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I wanted to talk about 10 ways to eliminate cooked food cravings on a raw food diet. This is an important topic for me because I've gone through the transition process of switching to a 100% raw food diet, which is absolutely phenomenal to do, but there are some challenges and difficulties in transitioning. And one of them is battling cooked food cravings. You know, we grow up our whole lives eating cooked food that our mothers and our grandmothers fed us. So it's no small thing to overcome the cravings for these comfort foods. And our bacteria in our gut is adjusted to eating these foods. So when we start to not feed our gut bacteria the foods they're used to, it becomes very challenging and really can become difficult and can even derail someone's efforts to switch to a raw food diet. So I have 10 ways listed out here for you that I think make a huge impact and a huge difference and allow switching to a raw food diet to be possible. Number one is eat enough calories. So when you switch to a raw food diet, it's often that, oh, I'm just eating salads and fruit, but cooked food is very dense and we don't realize how much caloric density is in the food as it's cooked down. So when we switch to raw food, it is high in fiber and high in water, which doesn't have any caloric density to it whatsoever. So it's important to track your calories, use an app like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer to just make sure you're getting enough calories in, and that makes a huge difference in combating cravings. Number two is eat healthy raw fats. Coming from a cooked food diet, we are used to horrendous amounts of fat in our diet. Meats and cheeses and nut butters and everything are loaded with fat. So we're used to eating diets as high as 30, 40, 50% fat, and sometimes even more. So when you switch to a raw food diet and you're on fruits and vegetables, there's no fats in fruits and vegetables, or very little, and they are in the form of essential fatty acids. So it's not the same satiating quality that fats have. So on a raw food diet, we have raw nuts, we have raw seeds, we have avocados, coconuts, and things like that that can be really useful in transitioning to a raw food diet. When I transitioned, I ate lots of fats in order to just help myself feel satiated. And even though I knew my goal was a high carb, low fat diet, it took me a while to adjust and to be able to wean myself off the higher fat foods. So I'd say, as for a transitioning technique, use all the fats you want, eat all the fats you want. Eat large salads. Number three. So I would say that if we're used to eating like portion sizes like we get in a restaurant, we go to a restaurant and we order a salad and it just comes on a little plate like this. That's not a raw food salad. So get the biggest salad bowl in your house. And if you don't have a big salad bowl, get one and fill it to the top with salad. Basically, I try to shoot for a pound of greens a day as my starting point, and then from there I add vegetables on and homemade salad dressings. So if you start with a pound of greens a day, you're going to be eating large salads. And I think that amount of fiber, that amount of water, that amount of minerals and protein and life force energy is hugely beneficial to feeling satiated and feeling like you have everything you need on a raw food diet. So I highly recommend a huge salad per day. Number four is make green juice because it's full of protein. Protein satiates. So the green juice with the dark leafy green vegetables like kale and chard and spinach, those are going to be high protein greens, which are going to be satiating and give your body exactly what it needs and nothing that it doesn't need. So it's really helpful in cutting cravings or combating cravings because it's really satiating. The protein is satiating, but the amino acid protein, not complex proteins like in meat and dairy and eggs and legumes, but the essential amino acids that come in the dark leafy green vegetables. Very helpful. Number five is take Chlorella Tablets. Chlorella Tablets are basically pure protein, and it is a really great way to help combat cravings. If we're having cravings for sugar and carbs and just that, you know, the junk foods, which are usually the carbs and the sugars, then Chlorella is really helpful in combating those types of cravings. So Chlorella tablets, I keep them in my cabinet, and if I'm feeling like hungry when I don't want to be hungry, or if I'm having any kind of craving for something I don't want, I pop like a whole handful of Chlorella tablets. Very helpful. Number 6 is a juice fast. Juice fast is an extremely useful way to switch out the gut bacteria and change over the gut microbiome to handle a high fiber diet like fruits and vegetables. And it really does release the mucoid plaque and the biofilms, which really harbor the bacteria and yeast that we don't want to have in our GI tract. So a juice fast is an essential technique on how to combat cravings, switch to a high fiber raw food diet, and experience the extreme benefits that come from it. So I highly recommend juice fasting. Number 7 is water fast. Water fasting is a great way to recycle the unused proteins and tissues in the body. So water fasting is a very, very powerful healing tool and changes your whole modality. That's the thing about water fasting, is like once you do an extended water fast, like a week-long water fast, you'll never look at being hungry the same way again. You'll never look at being you'll never look at your food cravings the same way again, because you know it's all emotional and you know it's all in your mind, and it completely changes your relationship with it. So water fasting is an incredibly valuable technique for kicking food cravings. Number 8 is take enzyme supplements and eat high enzyme foods. So take enzyme supplements and eat high enzyme foods is giving our bodies such an advantage in digestion. The high enzyme foods allow for more absorption in the digestive process, which allows our body to extract more energy and more vitamins and minerals from the food. So having enzymes in our diet, if we're eating cooked food, we need to take enzymes because our body doesn't produce enough enzymes to break down the cooked food. And if we're eating a high raw diet, then there's enzymes in the raw food. So supplementing with enzymes and a high enzyme raw diet is essential to cutting back on cravings and switching to a raw food diet. Number 9 is alkalize your body to dissolve biofilms. Alkalizing your body with green juice, alkalizing your body with raw food, alkalizing your body with alkaline water and mineral supplementation, anything you can to alkalize your body to make sure that it's dissolving the biofilms, because when our body is alkaline, the biofilms in our GI tract start to dissolve, the biofilms in our veins and in our circulatory system start to dissolve, and we can actually extract more energy and nutrients from our food. And that's what helps combat cravings. And number 10 is stay committed to your why. You know, why you want to switch to a healthier lifestyle and why you want to switch to raw food and eat more raw fruits and vegetables is critical. So stay committed to your why, dig deep. Don't just say for my health, don't just say for my kids, but really think of a bigger why, a why that compels you into the future, a why that compels you for the future and the benefit of all mankind. And as long as you're pulled forward by a big, compelling why that really motivates you, it's easy. It's easy to stay committed when you know exactly why you're doing something for the long-term game. Okay, so that's my list of 10. I hope that's helpful for anyone who's listening. These are the tips that have really made it possible for me to be on a 100% raw food diet and extremely happy with it and experiencing amazing health benefits. So here's to your health, and here's to all of you watching and sticking with this message, and I hope you have a wonderful health journey yourself. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.